Hello, second graders. Today we're going to start our new module for Unit 5. We will begin Module B for writing. So the text that you're going to read, Pioneers to the West and Going West, and then another story for your sleuth work. So to look at Module B, what we're going to do is dig deeply into complex texts. So pioneering new ideas and new worlds. Let's look at some of our enduring understanding. So readers understand that different types of text can be used to learn about similar topics. Writers understand the importance of well-sequenced events, details, and conclusions in stories. So sequence means moving from beginning, middle to end. And learners understand that people's journeys to settle in new places helped our country grow. So let's look at our no's or essential questions for the unit. How can readers use both literary and informational text to learn about similar topics? And how do writers use details to describe characters and events? Our do's for the module goals. Readers will glean information about similar topics from both literary and informational texts. Writers will create sequenced narratives that include details and a conclusion. Explore content. Learners will explain how people's journeys have helped our country grow. The vocabulary for lesson 1. The first word is conflict. There's a conflict, that's another way to say problem, or if you have a conflict with someone, you might be in an argument with them. Our second vocabulary word, fortune, right? Fortune means if you have a fortune, you have a lot of money or a treasure. Our lesson objectives, conventions objective. I will be able to write simple sentences, and our writing objective is I will be able to write a narrative retelling a sequence of events. Our conventions mini lesson, use simple sentences. A complete sentence contains both a subject and a predicate. The subject tells who or what is doing something, and the predicate tells what is being done. Let's look at our first example. George Staples was born in England. This is coming from page 7. The subject of the sentence, George Staples, tells who the sentence is about. Some Indians refused to leave without a fight. Page 5. The subject tells who did something, some Indians. The predicate tells what the Native Americans did, refused to leave without a fight. So they left him with a local fur trapper from page 7. The subject of this sentence is they. The rest of the sentence is the predicate, left him with a local fur trapper. I will also repost that video that goes over subject and predicate. It's a song that we've listened to before. So use simple sentences. Underline the subject in each sentence. So I've shared with you your new writing journal in Google Docs for this Module B. So we're going to do the same thing for Module A. You'll type under the conventions and then the writing part. Okay, so I'll read these sentences for you and I'll help you with number 1. The family moved west on a covered wagon. Then number 2, George Staples was born in England. Okay, so in your writing journal, you will not underline, you're going to type the subject, but I will underline it here to show you. Okay, so number 1, the family moved west on a covered wagon. So remember, I'm looking for who, right, is the subject, the family. So I would underline the family. Now, in your writing journal, you would type the subject. So for number 2, you're going to do this independently. George Staples was born in England. Okay, narrative writing. Use text features. When writers conduct research to find information for writing projects, they want to find specific information as quickly as possible. Writers may use a contents page or an index to locate the information they need quickly. The contents page of Pioneers to the West provides details about which time periods and areas are discussed in different sections. The index page contains a list of more specific topics covered in the book, along with the page numbers, where facts and details about each topic may be found. So let's look at these pages. This is the table of contents found in the beginning. Remember, it tells us what is in the book and what page number we can find that on. So we're not flipping through and wasting time. So if I wanted to read about Missouri, I know I could go right to page 20. And then the index is in the back of the book, so it tells you the subjects and where each subject is found on a page. So say if I wanted to find information about wagons, I know that I can turn to page 4 and page 21 to read information about wagons. Keep these questions in mind about text resources. How do these chapter headings relate to my topic for narrative writing? How do the subjects listed in the index relate to my topic? And which sections or pages of the book should I read first to locate facts and details that I can use to write my original narrative? So look here, we have the contents here, which comes in the beginning of the book, and the index page. Okay, so a writer can use text features to locate facts and details the writer may then use in his or her own writing. Imagine you want to write about migration in the state of Illinois. Let's look at a part of page 3 and page 32. So again, the contents page and the index page. So to save time, the writer can read the Illinois sections first, skipping the first section, which most likely does not contain information about Illinois. The writer will want to check the pages listed after the topic Illinois. The writer might also want to read the pages that refer to journeys to gather information about migration. So write a narrative using facts and details. Before you begin writing, you should have a plan. Consider these questions to help you prepare to write. What types of information would be best to include in a piece of narrative writing? What are some key topics listed in the contents and index pages that would be useful in creating a narrative about migrating west? And how can I include information from the text in my narrative so that the narrative seems realistic or real? So you will be looking for specific information in Pioneers to the West that connects to the title of the unit, Pioneering New Ideas and New Worlds. You should select facts and details that will make original narratives about pioneering seem like true stories. Once you have studied the information in the text, you begin to think about good topics for narrative writing. Let's look at the following model. As I look for details about different groups that migrated west, I can check the index on page 32. I see that there are plenty of facts and details that I can research to support my own narrative. I can make a list of the details from the text about how and why people traveled west. The map will show me a possible direction for travel. The illustrations, captions, and text details give me plenty of information with which to build my own narrative. So in your online writing journal on Google Docs under Lesson 1, you will think about what you have read in Pioneers to the West. Then make connections between the title of the text and the title of the unit, Pioneering New Ideas and New Worlds. Write a story in which you are a pioneer traveling across the country in search of a new opportunity. Use facts and details from the text to support your story. So your story will be very short, okay, pretending that you're a pioneer. But before that, I want you to think about how does the title of the unit connect to the title of the text, okay? So you're going to type this under Lesson 1. I want you to try your best with this. You can keep your story short, and I am here if you have any questions. Thank you.